Hello, friends, and welcome to episode 14 of The Weird Turn Pro. I'm Mo Strummel here in tropical Nashville, Tennessee.
And I'm Jason Winfield coming at you this week from Lewis, Delaware. This week we have Julie Delgado. How you doing, Julie? Welcome to the Weird Turn Pro.
Yay, good. Yay. I have my mask on. I want everyone to know.
Very good.
I have
Very
a mask,
good.
but I don't need it because no one's here. Okay.
I'm
A little punchy.
we're gonna tell Manuel he's nobody.
It doesn't count since we live together.
You've been sheltering together. It's all good.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Well,
No, my husband is here, everybody. Okay.
We're glad you're here with us today, and I think we've got a lot of things that we want to talk to you about, and we're kind of excited that you're coming to us from your Delgado Guitar space there with the Music Maker stage and the storefront there. So before we get into any of that, though, let's get right into some music. So why don't you tell us what you're going to play first for us, and we'll give it a little swing here.
Okay. This one is just a good old-fashioned country song. It's called Old Tire Swing. And FYI, we have an old tire swing now in our front yard because my husband put one up so my kids swing like monkeys. Okay. And then they said, play that song, Mommy. Okay. So I'm going to take this off. Okay.
Okay.
Right. Okay. Oh, okay. All right. We got a little secret. Baby, we can keep it. Way back in those fields, there's some wildflowers. A little hideaway we like to call our own. A hickory tree so strong it can hold us. Swinging on that old tire swing. Laying back to do our own thing. Little bit of love, little bit of mud. Swinging on that old tire swing, listening to whispering sweet nothings. It's carved up on that tree, so much history, old tire swing. Uncle Jim and Jenny married 30 years, celebrating them on the farm tonight. We both can't wait to make our getaway. Be no one around except those fireflies. Swinging on that old tire swing. Laying back to do our own thing. Little bit of love, little bit of mud. Swinging on that old tire swing. Listening to whispering sweet nothings. Carved up on that tree, so much history, old tire swing. Ever since we were little kids, it's my favorite place to go. Now I look into your face and see that boy I used to know. The boy I used to know. Swinging on that old tire swing, laying back to do our own thing. Little bit of love, little bit of mud. Swinging on that old tire swing, listening to whispering sweet nothings. It's carved up on that tree, so much history. Old tire swing. Woo!
Love that.
Yeah, you hear it from me. Okay.
Love that.
Yay.
Love
Good. Really
Yeah,
good.
that's a great song. It just takes you there. I feel like jumping off the swing into the river right now.
Oh,
Now-
yeah.
Now, I know that you do co-writes with people. So was that a co-write or is that all you?
All me.
Nice.
It's like the few that's all me. I mostly
Excellent.
co-write, yes, but that's a
Okay.
solo write. I just
So-
got a wild hair one day.
So are you co-writing now, like remotely with anybody, or?
Since quarantine, I haven't done a lot, I'll be honest. But I'm the type that it's constant antennas, so it's always ideas, it's the notes in the phone. And my co-writers know this, and like my family knows this, but we watch entirely too much TV, admittedly so. But it's good for you because it's good for ideas. Somebody already did it at work. And so I hear like an ad. I get a lot of ideas from ads, advertisement, and just shows I'm watching. It's cool,
That's good. That's okay,
interesting.
though.
But you have to be listening. So-
I got an idea from Wheel of Fortune once. So,
See?
Cool.
Somebody
I'm
already
not,
did it.
I'm not really telling them that, but
You don't want to get Pat will look for his cut.
Don't tell anybody.
exactly.
Awesome.
It's all good.
So
Go ahead.
no. Yeah, you were so.
No,
Did you have the tire? Was the tire swing something that you had as a child, or is this just something?
No.
Where did that
I
just
had a-
manifested?
I did have a swing as a child, but not a tire. But I will say, I'll tell you where it came from. I'm dating myself because this was a while ago, but there's an artist named Whitney Duncan, beautiful girl. And now she's like in a duo, I think. But anyway, back when she first came out, she was still a solo artist. She had this album called Skinny Dippin'. Yeah, oops, family show. No, serious. That's
Not really.
it's
I
a
don't
family show, but only this far. So,
Anyway, so I don't know. I was, just listening to anything like we still are. We're on socials now and websites and videos. And she had this song called Skinny Dipping. And I was like, oh, and I was, she was new and up and coming. So I listened to it and I watched the video and it was real sweet and innocent, even though it has that title. And in it, they're on a tire swing by a river.
Ah,
Yeah. And so I watched that and I'm like, oh, that'd be cool, like about the tire swing instead. And I felt like it was much more innocent. So then that's kind of where it came from.
oh, cool.
all right.
But yeah, I
That's a-
did it
that's
myself, by myself.
That's a great.
But
That's a
that's
great
good.
story, and that's
yeah.
that
That's
is
exactly
really
right.
cool. That's what we like to talk about. It's those little
Yeah.
germinated moments, and that's really cool.
Oh yeah, I'm inspired by other writers and artists, and for sure.
Well,
It's
and the way the
inspiring to
process
go
moves
hear-
along there. Yeah.
Yeah, to hear live music is very inspiring. So it's definitely
yeah.
missing right now.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Why don't we do another song, and then I want to talk to you a little bit about the series that you do in your space.
Yeah.
Obviously, it's on hold right now, but
Mhm.
but let's talk about that when you come out of the next song. And
Okay.
We'll, because I think folks will be interested in hearing what you've got going there.
Great. Let's hope so.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. Oh no, they will be.
Here's
Yeah.
something. No. All right. So this is called Steps. I like this song. This came out of trying to be inspirational, like about the Olympics, and co-wrote this with a group called Apollo's Crown. Beautiful people, 3 beautiful people, 2 inside and out, 2 Canadians and 1 Australian. It's a trio, and they are 2 guys and a girl, and kind of like a Lady A going on. So watch out, Lady A. Time to move on, right? Get Apollo's Crown in there. Anyway, they're awesome. I'll talk more about them at the end there.
All right, sounds good.
Awesome.
Okay, I'm gonna take this out. Woo. Stand a little taller if you want to look over the wall. Find the other side, ain't nothing to fear at all. Only gets better if you gon' get it. Might take forever. If you don't, then you'll never know. Oh, you start out crawling, stumbling all the way. You keep on falling. Up again, you might find yourself walking off and running. No matter how much ground you're breaking, as long as you just keep on taking steps. Now and then the weight of the world can really hold you down, make you feel like you can't lift your feet off the ground. Reach a little higher, shine a little brighter, rise like fire burning deep in your soul. Oh, you start out crawling, stumbling off where you keep on falling. But up again, you might find yourself walking off and running. No matter how much ground you're breaking, as long as you just keep on taking steps. Keep on taking steps. Every footprint in the sand you leave behind is a step toward that mountain you will climb. Oh, you start out crawling, stumbling off where you keep on falling. But up again, you might find yourself walking off and running. No matter how much ground you're breaking, as long as you just keep on taking steps. Stumbling off where you keep on falling. Up again, you might find yourself walking off and running. No matter how much ground you're breaking, as long as you just keep on taking steps. Keep on taking steps.
Wow.
That's a good song for
Wow.
right now, too,
Wow.
right?
Wow. She can't hear yet. Yeah, it is a great song for right now. That is an awesome song. You just missed
We
the
were
cheers and the whoops and everything else. And Mo was pointing out that it's a perfectly timed song for now as well.
Yeah.
I'm glad.
And that's
Yeah. Very appropriate. And
Yeah.
Very nice.
very moving.
Yeah.
Very
I think
moving. It's
That's
awesome.
why I think that's why I like singing it, because when I sing it, I'm like, yeah, I can do it. I can do it. God help me, I can do it.
Oh, it's always good to. And good thing is you're inspiring yourself, so that's a good sign.
Sometimes you have to.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, let's chat for a minute about the Music Makers series that you. I have the right title there to begin with, and then that you've been running prior to the shutdown, but hopefully
Sorry.
will come back out on the other side, right?
Yes. Music Maker Stage is our venue, my husband and I venue next to Delgado Guitars, which is they're not doing it yet, but next to the guitar shop. They're side by side. And let's see, we've been in the guitar shop for what, like 6 years. Manuel's been there. And just opened, our grand opening was in May a year ago for the Music Maker Stage. And the idea is for a live performance, but I started a songwriter series. We've had a lot of video shot and filmed here, photo shoots. It's a showcase by day, showroom by day, and then like a live venue by night.
Awesome. Nice
Yeah.
combination.
Yeah,
Very
and
cool.
I started the songwriter series last August. So we went from August through February, and every other week. And then the tornado happened in Nashville. So I mean, the world's in a state right now, but in Nashville, it was, I mean, it's hard to say it's harder than any other place, but you know what I mean? Like there was the tornado
Yes.
devastation that was
Right.
not even a mile from here. And so we canceled some shows thinking, you know, we'll come back in a week or two. And then March 12th, you know, this happened, the quarantine happened. And so we kind of have taken a step back, but we're in the work, Manuel's in the works of working on a virtual live event. So he's in the throes of developing that right now. So
Cool.
yeah.
I made it to one before the tornado.
Yeah.
And it was fantastic. I mean,
Yay.
it was really, it was just a really good event. And I can't wait till it comes back because I hope to be able to come over there for more of those.
Thank
the
you.
artists were great. The venue is wonderful. We're gonna hopefully get you guys to do a little tour for us here in a little
Yeah.
bit of the space. But yeah, I encourage anyone when you see this come back, and if you do a virtual one, let us know because we'll
Oh, yeah.
definitely put it on here and let people know about it when it's coming up. But we definitely encourage anyone who's in the area to go live when they go live, and anywhere. You guys that are watching in Australia, because I think it looks like
Yeah, Mr. Michael's here.
Michael's on here from Australia
Yay.
right now. So hi, Michael, and we'll let them know about it because I think Michael plans to move here to Nashville eventually. So
Yay.
he's a person you should talk to about
Yeah.
being in the scene there. So that's perfect. We are at a point right now where it's time to play a little game with you. Oh, I know, right?
Yeah.
So we play a game every week with our guests called Hometown, Your Hometown. And we're going to ask you, you are originally from California, and I have Covina. Am I saying that right? Am I
Yep.
saying correctly? Okay, so Covina.
Covina.
I know I've heard of
where
it.
it's going to.
So Covina, California. And we're going to ask you 3 questions about Covina, California. Jason's going to keep score for us because he
I
his
luckily
son-
can
his son
catch
had
to
taught him
3.
to count to 3.
Okay.
Yeah. So he's going to keep score. You only have to get 2 out of 3 correct, and if you do, you will win this lovely prize. Or, as
Ooh.
my wife is
Yeah,
saying,
yeah,
put
there you
the
go.
napkin behind it. There you go.
There you go.
So that's
I
your.
like
It's a nice little Stay Weird Turn Pro mug with our logo on it.
Okay.
If you answer 2 out of 3 correctly. So are you ready to play the game?
I'm ready. Can I have do
Okay.
I have a lifeline? No? No lifeline? Just
Well,
kidding. Okay.
Joan says you can. So Joan,
Yeah.
my wife is across the table producing right now, so she's pushing all the buttons, and she's
Okay.
an old softie. So there you go. She says yes. So your first question is this: the famous Grey Poupon scene from what movie was shot on Citrus Avenue in Covina?
Oh my gosh.
And I have a couple hints for you on this one.
Okay. There has been some filming there actually.
There's been a lot. Yeah.
Yes, I remember some alien show they did. Oh my gosh, I don't know the answer to this. A movie with.
I'm
great-
going to give you a couple hints.
He's got some hints for you.
The 2 actors in the movie, the leads, were Michael Myers and Dana Carvey, right? Am I right, Jason? Dana Carvey.
Oh, Wayne's World.
Yes, that is
Yay!
correct.
That
How's
doesn't
he doing
count.
so far, Jason?
Ooh.
You have 1 of 1.
All right. 1 out of 3 so far.
You
I'm
guys are
recording
pretty
it here
generous.
on the
Okay.
paper. We
1.
save all these for posterity. 1. All
1.
right, question number 2. In 1922, Mrs. F.E. Wolfarth won the slogan contest for Covina with what slogan that remains to this day Covina's slogan?
Okay, is it 1 square mile and all there? Is that
Rhyme.
it? Is that it?
Say it again, but make it rhyme.
1 mile square and all there.
That's it.
Okay.
Jason, we're going to give her that one, right?
I'm
Two.
2 out of 3.
cheated.
Nice. You're a songwriter, so I figured you could make it rhyme. All right. And the final question. This one's an easy one, I think. What is the name of the valley in which Covina sits?
San Gabriel.
San Gabriel Valley. How did she do, Jason?
She got 3 of 3. It's all second time in the history of the show that has happened. And I will point out that it is the women guests who are able to answer all 3 questions.
There you
Okay.
go. So
I won.
there we have it.
Okay.
You've got this
Yay.
coming your way. We'll
Yay.
get the information from you after the show about where to send it, although
All
I know
right.
where to send it. But
I like this game. Okay.
Don't Mo
very
froze.
fun.
Oh,
You maybe haven't been there in a while, but you still remember everything about it.
oh yeah.
There you go.
All right.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Born and
I
bred.
think it's time for another song. What do you think?
Yeah. Do you have another song for us? Yeah.
You want
Most
me to play a
definitely.
song? No, I'm just kidding. Okay. What? What kind of show is this? No. All right. So, okay, this is kind of kitschy, but this is my co-writer, Andrew Wills. He's a great guy. He's had a lot of cuts, and he wrote like Blue Bandana with Jared Neiman, which was kind of got a lot of airplay.
Mhm.
He writes with Stephanie Quayle, and he has his own production company. He's producing an up and coming writer as well. And
Nice.
I always like writing with him because it's so open, and I know it'll always come out sounding good too. But anyway, I would try to save like really interesting titles for him. And I'm a big Laura McKenna fan. And this idea came through my, I teach part-time. So it came through my day job actually. And I'm not a great artist, but I love art. And when I'm teaching, especially ones that don't read very well, the young ones, like you have to draw a lot. And so I'll just make a joke and I'll say, we're going to draw stick people. I love stick people. And I thought, and then they're more open, to do their drawing.
Right.
Right.
And then this one day I'm like, I love stick people. Maybe that's a title. Like, is it like, with the Jake and Life's All Good and all that thing that was popular on t-shirts and stuff.
Yep.
And so I told Andrew, and he's like, he gave me the look, and then I'm like, no, I'm like, oh no. But he was a good sport, and we did it, and it came out. It's meaningful. You'll see.
Awesome.
Good.
Let me get the cape with my best friend on the right fret here. Okay, it's called Stick
Totally.
People instead of I Love Stick People. So
Excellent.
there we go.
Let's hear it.
Pulled in the parking lot of a grocery store. Passed by the back of a navy blue Ford. 4 stick people all in a row on the left side of a rear window, looking happy, like life's all good, Stick people don't pay bills, get lonely and pop pills, stay up all night long by NICU bed, work 60-hour weeks, home to a kitchen leak. We're all doing the best we can with what we get. It ain't easy, no, it ain't that simple, 'cause we ain't stick people. I saw a young mom with a loaded down cart, a toddler in her arms, baby in her arms. Between the car seats and Cheerios, the sippy cups, and I said no. Somehow she got everything in that car. Stick people don't pay bills, get lonely and pop pills, stay up all night long by NICU bed, work 60-hour weeks, home to a kitchen leak. We're all we get. It ain't easy, no, it ain't that simple. 'Cause we ain't stick people. When we all do our part, life don't seem so hard. She said thank you so much as I took her empty card. Stick people don't pay bills, they're lonely and pop pills. Stay up all night long by NICU bed. With 60-hour weeks, come home to a kitchen leak. We're all doing the best we can with what we get. It ain't easy, no, it ain't that simple. It ain't easy, no, it's not that simple. It ain't easy, no, it ain't that simple. 'Cause we ain't stick people.
I like that.
I think the point comes across
Yeah.
clearly there.
Yeah. So yeah, we gotta give her a little time to get the speaker in.
I know.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, it's
fantastic.
perfectly fine. Yeah, great song. I love the way it like sets itself up. I'm actually, not very descriptive and a wonderful process in that.
Thank you. And
Really good.
I want to shout out to Andrew because he's all that. That's right. Anyway.
Yes,
So-
it's I've co-written a couple. I mean, Jason and I do some long distance stuff, and we do things, but that process to me is not. I would like to do more of it, but it's just the way I've always written has been a little bit different. So, and since I've been in Nashville, I've tried to do a little bit more of it, and then of course, I've only actually lived here for a little, year and a half, and everything kind of went in the sink.
Oh, well, yeah. Oh, no kidding. Well, I mean, I just think, and I've heard, hit people say this too, hit writers say they kind of rely on their co-writer in a way, not a codependent way, but like it's an ebb and flow. I mean, it goes back and forth.
Right.
And
Yeah.
I think I definitely am like, I don't want to say the idea girl, but I like to bring the idea. I like the process of fleshing it out. Like I was telling somebody, like if I could brainstorm all day, and that'd be good.
Right.
Yeah, that's part I like the most,
No, that's like
different roles. I mean, speaking of roles, I mean that's probably a good segue, Jason.
yes, exactly.
So there are different roles in songwriting if you're writing with other people. I mean, obviously, you have a musical theater background, so we want to just bring that up real quickly because in musicals you have a book person, you have a lyricist usually, and you have
the performer who likes to flesh things out and go through the process and walk themselves through the development of the character. And I am noticing as you're performing that aspect of you in your performance, that there is a real fleshing out and experiencing what you're singing and your expression as a performer as you're going through the songs that you've worked through is evident. The history of a performer, because you are very expressive in how you tell the story that you're telling, and that time of doing the work in musical theater has clearly helped you with that.
Yeah, that was my original background, and it was a huge learning curve coming to Nashville actually, and doing songwriting, because all of a sudden it's like you have to be authentic. I mean, I was always played a character, and that was hard enough.
Right.
And being in a show where you're performing, 6 days a week, you're doing the same thing, it gets very comfortable. And then there's just a whole nother way of performing and being in a room like the Bluebird or any venue where you're intimate and now you have to be yourself. It's like, what? You know?
Right.
So that
Right.
it took me several years
Right.
Yeah,
to
it's definitely,
watch people and to learn. I'm not saying I have arrived. I'm not at all, but you're always learning.
Right.
It's a whole nother world.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No. It's nice to hear that comparison between the two worlds, from the world of a performer, being able to separate those two different types of performance from the genuine quality that you have to bring to the same show and keeping that fresh 6 days a week. Then turning it into that next step of then becoming yourself and selling your thoughts to somebody every time you're up there. And it's not a person who's 30 feet away. It's somebody who's sitting 4 feet away on the other side of that table.
And you can't fake that. Unfortunately.
No.
cool.
On stage at a distance, you might trip and be like, wow, play it off.
Yeah.
But in front,
Yeah.
you better have something to say.
No, most definitely.
I want to throw up the how to get on the show there. Yep. Got our.
There we go.
This is for those of you that are watching and want to come on and chat with us, just like we're doing here with Julie Delgado, and play some of your songs for folks. This is how you get on here. This is the instructions, which are pretty simple. You just send us an email at weird@weirdpros.com. Send links to your music, a good email, and your phone number. If we like what we hear, we'll be in touch. For right now, we do have there are a couple things to think about. First of all, no tracks. We want you to perform it live because that's what it's about. Unless you're quarantining together, we prefer the solo stuff until we're through this. And the internet isn't instantaneous, as we have found out. So we can't do duets from two different places because they don't really sync up. So that's how you get on. Weird@weirdpros.com. Just send us an email, and we'll get back to you.
Okay. Julie, this is a time of the show where we give you a chance to take a little break. I'm going to invite Mo on to sing one of his original works. I think he's got a new one for us this week. And this will give you a chance to sit back, take a swig of whatever you're drinking, and we can talk about that later. And just take a break so you're off stage for a moment. And so enjoy the next couple of minutes. Mo, this is you.
Yeah, I'm going to play a song that I really wrote like a week ago. So hopefully I'll remember it all. I didn't put the words in front of me today, and I'm still learning how to play and sing it. Because if you wrote a song, it takes a while to learn how to play and sing it. But this one's kind of inspired by the person across the table from me right now. So it's called I think it's called Home with You Instead. Lost in thought, my mind begins to wander. Around this God-forsaken place, full of lost souls that are searching for surrender. Until my gaze finally finds your face. Green eyes always catch my fancy. Blue eyes always turn my head. But when you look at me with those big brown eyes, I'm going home with you instead. For years I thought I knew just what I wanted, till I found the things that I need. These days there's not too much on my wish list, 'cause I've got you here with me. Green eyes always catch my fancy. Blue eyes always turn my head. But when you look at me with those big brown eyes, I'm coming home with you instead. Spend our lives looking for truth, but I've got that here with you, love. Green eyes always catch my fancy. Blue eyes always turn my head. When you look at me with those big brown eyes, I'm going home with you instead. I'm going home with you instead.
Nice.
Almost played it right.
Yay.
Good job.
It's here for you.
Good job, Mo.
Let's find out what Jason is drinking right now.
What's
This is the part
Joe?
of the show called "What Are You Drinking?"
What are we drinking?
So
Well,
what do you got there, Jason?
I'm in a kind of a haven of brew pubs here, but today I am drinking. Let me get the can the right way. Get used to the camera. I'm drinking the Public Pilsner from Big Oyster Brewery. It's just around the corner. I had dinner there last night. Had enough crab cakes with dinner last night that I was able to eat some more for lunch today. So sorry. Sorry.
Just remind
it-
everybody where you are so they
Yeah,
know where
I'm
that's
in-
coming from.
I'm in Lewis, Delaware. The brewery is here in Lewis. I am about 5 miles from Rehoboth, Delaware, on the Atlantic Ocean. So I'm just inside the Delaware Bay, behind the Henlopen Cape, and enjoying some time here with my family because we were planning on being in Toronto this week for my son's hockey camp, and that not quite possible to get to there from here.
Border's closed.
Yeah.
Julie,
gonna
what are
happen.
you drinking today while we're sitting here?
I'm a good girl.
There you go.
It's an iced latte that's all, dissolved.
Yeah.
So I'm awake and peppy for your show.
So we could say, well, Julie's Julie's over there drinking a latte.
Mhm. Yep. Good old fashioned latte.
And I
So-
have a Black Abbey Rose, Belgian style blonde ale from Black
Nice.
Abbey Brewing,
Nice.
right here in Nashville. So,
Local.
local. We like to go ahead and feature the local stuff where we're located. So thanks for that, guys. It's probably my favorite of theirs. So pretty
Cool.
good.
Awesome.
Do we have the other
Is your phone on
the
there?
phone hooked up?
I think so.
I'm
Yeah.
not showing it on our system yet.
Excuse
so-
me.
Is it on? Yeah.
I'm not showing it in the studio here. Can we disconnect and reconnect and we'll come back
Connect
to
and
that?
reconnect. We'll refresh it. We'll try.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. I'll tell you what. Why don't we do another song while we're trying to get that fired up? We're going to try to give you guys a little tour here. So we want to try to get the other device connected in. So go ahead and what do you got? What do you got next for us?
And while I think of it, we can say this later too, but the Music Maker stage, Facebook and Instagram, if they want to go and find those and join them, they can stay up to date with what we're doing.
Perfect.
Excellent.
Music Maker stage with an S. And I have to show off really quick. Okay, wait, this way. That's our hatch print back there.
Oh, nice.
Delgado guitars. I just have to brag a little bit there.
Nice.
So if you want one of those,
You guys sell those?
Delgado guitars. We sure do.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, they're pretty neat. I'm a hatch print geek, kind of. Okay. This next one is on the album, and on my album called Poor Girl, and the title's Minefield. I wrote this with Kaylee Shore. She's a country pop artist in town. She's hot, hot, hot. Check her out too. And everybody I talk about for co-writing is, they have their own album. They have their own website. Go find them. That's what we need to do now is go stream and write people's music. And she does a she does a show at, I think, the Listening Room, or at least it was when it was live. It's called the Song Suffragettes. It's all for the show.
Yeah. She's
in there. Okay. So it's a little bit of a toxic love song, I call it. Take two. Hold my breath, watch my step. Afraid to light the fuse. Feels like I'm walking on eggshells when I talk to you. I catch myself saying I'm fine, making an excuse, pretending you don't hurt me, but I shouldn't have to. This love is a minefield. My shield can only take so many blows. You're not the first one. Your gun pointed at my heart. I get hit again just when my wounds have almost healed. This love is a minefield. Close my eyes, make a wish. Try not to step too hard. Never knowing what's underneath you, and I don't want to risk it all. Maybe I shouldn't bite my tongue and swallow my pride. You tell me that I'm crazy, but you're the Jekyll and Hyde. This love is a minefield. My shield can only take so many blows. You're not the first one. Your gun pointed at my heart. I get hit again just when my wounds have almost healed. This love is a minefield. I trip the cord so you won't feel it, and we'll explode. 'Cause this love is a minefield. My shield can only take so many blows. You're not the first one. Your gun pointed at my heart. I get hit again just when my wounds have almost healed. This love is a minefield.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So we had the feed
Yay.
there for a second and it went away. So I
Aw,
think it has to
okay.
get hooked back up again.
Ah.
But that's
Thank
okay.
God.
'Cause
Okay.
we can
We should probably
Okay,
talk
well-
about poor girl now.
correct.
You know,
Poor girl.
Yep.
let's tell us a little bit about your album.
I shall. Well, I think I got to experience a little bit, I think, of what an artist would, except they would do it like in 2 months or 3 months, but I took like 4 years. So, but no, poor girl. So my good friend, he's like one of the first people my husband and I met in Nashville when we first came here. Brian Clark produced me and produced the record, and he's a Blackbird guy. So I was very fortunate with that. And it was my husband's idea to do the record. He's like, you're always doing these demos. You need to do an album. So I don't know. It was a big undertaking. And I didn't know I was writing for the record, but I was. One of the songs, the next one I'll do, was actually the first song I wrote that ended up on the record, but I didn't know I was writing it at the time. Anyway, and I chose Poor Girl because in the studio doing the vocals, and every time we'd get together, we had a session, we'd do the listen back, and I would listen to all the songs, and they're all different, but every time I would think, poor girl, oh my gosh, poor girl. Like every character in these songs, like not that it's a depressing album, it's not, but every song has you know how it comes together. You think it's not going to come together, but it comes together and there's like a common thread. And that was the common thread. So
That's pretty cool.
That's
pretty
really cool.
and I'm a
Did
sucker
it
for those
take-
torch songs. So
Sometimes the journey is
Yeah.
is you know, it's about the journey instead of I mean, we want the finished product, but the journey is also extremely. Hey, Joan, go ahead and solo that with
We're on.
the feed.
Oh, thank
we
you.
have it, so we're going to throw that
yeah,
up
here
there.
I am.
So we're going to be able to get a look
Yeah.
around.
Oh, this is a
space
music
here.
maker stage. As you can tell, all the guitars, everything hanging on the walls, right? Am I saying it right? Is built by my husband. He's a 3rd generation luthier. Yay, there's our hatch print. And of course, the other ones on the floors are other brands that we carry. There's our stage.
Nice.
And it's a bay, it's an open bay there. We can open that up and wheel the stage out. And Manuel built everything. There's our mural. And I can tell you about
Beautiful.
that. We had it commissioned by a gal named Tyler Rose. And yeah, he
Wow.
built everything. There was nothing here. I mean, it was a white wall. And there wasn't even the loft. Like he built the loft too. And
Beautiful.
there's our guitar lighting.
Those are the best lights I've ever seen. By
Yeah,
the
that
way.
is cool.
When
Yeah.
when we were visiting there and I saw those lights, that was like, oh, I gotta have those, you know. It's like-
Yeah, really. There's our front door, so you come in there. We have some shipping going on, so excuse that. We even have a player piano. There's our backdrop for our stage, and that was a photograph actually taken years ago of the shop, and it's in 3 different exposures. I don't know anything about
Wow.
photography, but I know it's in 3
Wow.
different exposures, and so that's why it looks a little animated. By Jerry Park was the photographer. And there's our hatch print again. There's me, yay! And yeah, this is our space. It's like and get that right there. This in the tiled area. Oh, I thought the tornado one was there. There's our little ukulele. Oh, here it is. He's gonna show me.
Oh, that's
This
cool.
ukulele is special because my husband built it for relief, for the tornado relief. As you can tell, there's a little tornado
Wow.
inlay right there with the Delgado logo, and it's a soprano concert ukulele
Beautiful.
made from a tree that fell during the tornado. So
Wow.
he and a friend of his got together. Our friend Dicky Solopuerto, he makes skateboards, and he used the same wood. That's
Aha.
the same wood. So what they're going to do is put the skateboard proceeds in the Happy El Dia de los Muertos. And the proceeds from the ukulele. And we had our daughters, and Vicky has a daughter too, choose a human rights non-for-profit. And so the proceeds will go there.
Fantastic.
That is wonderful.
When I MC my show, I'm always like, is that right? If you want to correct me, go ahead. So anyway, yeah, this is our space. And again, working on a virtual live event. The Songwriter series, I did every other week on a Thursday night. And I really just, I booked my friends, like people I know. And we have a website for the musicmakerstage.com. And there's a link in there, I think, if we're playing too. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we get that back soon. And I don't know, I was just really lucky because I just had, after being here for several years in songwriting, I had a wealth of people to choose from. So, being a host, I'm going on to the next phase, being a host, like you guys.
Like I said, it was, the time I was able to come I loved it. It was great.
Yay.
And we did put up, I did get up your, the Music Makers
I saw that
website
link there. So people can go there to find out about that. And obviously,
you can find Music Makers
we did have
on
the
Facebook as
Delgado
well.
Guitars logo up there also. But what I want to show everybody is this is your whole family right there.
Yeah.
And tell us about where you are in that picture.
Okay, that's in the international wing at BNA Airport here in Nashville. And my husband has 3 display cases there until September of different guitars and the family history of Delgado guitars, which you can read about online, but starting in 1928 in Mexico, and then going to East Los Angeles, and then now to East Nashville. And my 12-year-old is in that picture, my 6-year-old. And my 12-year-old actually made that mandolin back there in the background. And here's the, oh, come on.
There you go.
Here's the advertisement for it. But,
Oh, that's awesome.
yeah, she built that in the shop and when she was 10 years old.
Wow.
And
So that's the 4th generation, right?
yes.
That's awesome.
12-year-old, my 6-year-old. So we got the celebrity treatment and got a tour of the airport recently wearing the masks. And I believe that wing is not real active right now anyway. It's international wing. Anyway, it's exciting, because it's a big honor.
Yeah, that is.
Well, I just, we met you guys, if you remember, we were at the Americana Association
I remember. Christmas.
holiday party, Christmas party. And you guys invited us over for your party, which was, thank you so much for inviting us. It was having met, this is a great family. The work that you guys do, with the guitars, with the music, but also the kind of outreach stuff that you guys do is also it's just inspiring. So your entire family I'm glad to know you folks. Is what. I'm saying.
Thank you.
So, yeah.
And my husband, his vision for this space was to be a community space, and so he's very involved with education and music programs throughout the U.S., and especially mariachi music programs, and making sure that that's an outlet for children and their culture. And it's like an extension of our home here.
Yeah.
I say that, but it's really true.
It felt like that when we were there. So that's good. Yeah, that's really good.
That is
I'm
awesome.
glad it's coming across.
Let's play another song.
Okay. Twist my arm. Okay, so this is the one that I said it's the first track on the album, and I wrote it with a gal named Diana Kelly. And I didn't know I was writing for an album back then, but I was. And she and I, actually 2 co-writes with her ended up on the album. And I think it was this one that I was listening to, and I'm like, poor girl. She's great though. Check her out too, because she is she has that like soul sound, like she sounds like Roseanne Cash.
Oh,
And that's a high compliment.
Right.
I mean
yes, it is.
Yeah, she's cool. So anyway, this is called Whiskey Never Lies. And I want to shout out really quick to all my co-writers, because if not without them, I would not have this record. And I've already mentioned some, but I want to say, Jamie Kent, all these people have their own albums and they're like touring and big people. Luke Canningham, Eric Mallon, Ronnie Chris, Diana and Andrew Wills and Kaylee I already mentioned. But I mean,
Fantastic.
That is
I really feel that way. Like I wouldn't have these songs without them. So anyway, it's called The Whiskey Never Lies. Just one more night, come in late again. Ask you where you've been, but I already know. I smell the perfume when you close the door. I stare down at the floor, feel your carrying shows. I'd say enough is enough, but we're both calling each other's bluff. You can try to fool yourself, say you love me and nobody else, but the truth is something you can disguise. You know how to hide. Whiskey never lies. It's hard to kiss you when she's on your lips, trembling fingertips, reach for her every night. If she's everywhere you need her to be, choose her over me, don't try to deny. If this was just an affair, I'd be as mad as hell, but I'd still be here. You can try to fool yourself, say you love me and nobody else, but the truth is something you can disguise. You know how to hide. Whiskey never lies. I should quit and just move on. Been addicted for too long. Proof is you don't look me in the eyes, but you can try to fool yourself, say you love me and nobody else, but the truth is something you can disguise. You know how to hide. You know how to hide. You know how to hide. Oh, whiskey never lies. You can try to fool yourself, say you love me and nobody else, but the truth is something you can disguise. You know how to hide. Whiskey never lies.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's definitely in
Yeah.
Roseanne's wheelhouse, I think.
Yeah. Oh, tears. Okay.
And yes,
Yeah.
poor
I
girl.
know. See?
Ah,
I know. But in a
Very
good
nice.
way, right?
Yeah, no, yeah.
oh
No,
yeah. No, you're yeah.
Not a depressing album. But
We've got
torch.
we've got some comments about your voice, so
Yes.
they love your voice, and that's fantastic. Yep.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And we would agree. We would have to
Yes.
agree on that.
Yes, I'm moved all day. I enjoy this day every week because I get to meet new people in a way that you don't just generally get to meet people, right?
Sure.
You get a little bit closer view to the soul of the people that we're talking to every week, and my life is much richer because you were on the show, and thank you for being here for that. That's
It's true, and you know, one of the reasons we started this is because we realized people didn't have places to play, and we figured we could do it, and we should, you know, we thought, well, we could do it, but we're kind of boring, so let's bring other people on and let them play and make an outlet for people so they could do this and maybe spread the word a little bit. Our audience has been increasing each week, so that's a good sign. People are liking what they're seeing and they're coming back.
Yay.
And they're discovering some voices that they may not have heard before, so that's a good thing.
Very cool.
I do want to talk about next week real quick. So for next week we have Jason hasn't seen this yet, so he's going to be shocked also.
Yeah.
So here's the deal. Next week it'll be our 15th show. So we're going to do an old-fashioned guitar pull. And for those of you that are watching that have been on the show before, so what we're doing is we are going to do an old-fashioned guitar pull. And if you have been on the show before and you're watching this, send us an email if you're interested in being on, because we're really not going to do the interview thing. We'll have some laughs and we'll take turns playing songs, just like an old-fashioned guitar pull on the porch. So if you're interested, you have our email. Just drop us a note, and we'd love to have you back again and see how things are going with you all anyway.
This should be exciting.
I think it'll be interesting.
Yeah.
So we're not afraid. We're not afraid to just throw things out there and hope for the best. So we'll see how it goes.
See if it sticks on the wall.
Exactly.
That's
so
right.
I think we have time for one more song, and why don't you lay one on us and see how we're gonna finish up the day here.
Okay. Well, I'm going to show my album in case
There we go.
anybody cared. There it is. Hey, I actually took that picture in here.
Yep.
FYI. Fun fact.
Yeah, and it lines up with
blends
it.
into the wall. Yeah.
And you can get that right here, right?
Yeah.
You can get that right there at your website.
Yep.
They can go online there and order it right there. So
Yeah, and we got Venmo for Delgado guitars too, if that's easier. And
there you go.
my 12-year-old actually took that picture. Yeah.
Oh,
Isn't that funny?
That's cool.
Yeah. So anyway, this is on the record. I was contemplating this for a title track, but I chose The Poor Girl instead. I already told that story, but this is like an anthem type song, and
nice.
wrote this with Kaylee Shore again. She's hot pop, hip and trendy popper, and she's great and has a really young perspective. So it's called Broken Crayons. Okay. All right. You're not whole, you feel all alone. It took a piece of who you are. You're on 2 feet, aren't too steady when you're living with half a heart. But don't forget the blue in your eyes, and remember there's a sun in your sky. Broken crayon, still color, don't let the dark drag you under. all got scars from breaking apart. We were just falling into place. We crashed to the floor. We become so much more. A beautiful mosaic face. The grass is greener over the fences. Greenest where you water it. Broken crayon, still color. Don't let the dark drag you under. After the storm blows, you'll find your rainbow. You'll discover. Broken crayon, still color. Broken crayon, still color. Don't know the brightest light to see the darkest night. Won't see who you are inside to wipe those tears from your eyes. Broken crayons, still color. Don't let the dark drag you under. After the storm goes, you'll find your rainbow. You'll discover that broken crayons, still color. Broken crayons, still color.
Beauty.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
excellent.
Good job. Good.
Good song to end on,
That is an anthem. And it is something to always remember. And I think I have actually said that on several occasions.
It's out there. So true. So true.
I want to go back to a full screen of you. I just want you to hold up your guitar for everybody so everybody
okay.
can see your guitar. We like to show off everybody's guitar anyway, but this one's special. So let's hold it up there and show it. Show us that
Oh, wow.
headstock, too. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Ouchie. Okay.
You know, when I saw you play and I noticed the way the bridge pins are set up and everything, I don't think I'd ever seen that before, but I love it. It's the look is
Thank you.
phenomenal.
This is my husband's bridge design. And this is actually a guitar that his father made.
Wow.
Yeah, in the 60s, I believe.
Oh.
And so he refurbished it, but I got lucky and I got it.
That is gorgeous.
Beautiful. It's absolutely
That is
beautiful.
gorgeous. Yeah.
He refurbished it, made it the red, and did the new rosette, and this is his bridge design.
He's very talented.
I go like
He's also a nice guy, so there you go.
Yeah.
So we are so happy that you joined us today.
Me too.
Thank you.
We went a little bit longer than we usually do, but it was worth it, and we're happy that
every
we did
minute.
it.
Yeah.
And you know, we're not, as I always tell people, we're not on a network, so we can do whatever we want.
That's
right. That's what we did. And once again, I really do appreciate you coming on and sharing your music with us and with everybody who's watching. If you're we'll be able to tell you how many people watched after the show, but it always is. We have to wait till we get the numbers in. But from what I've seen on here, there are people who I don't know, so that are commenting.
Yeah.
I hope my mom found you.
They might have. It might be people that you know. And,
Probably my mom.
You'll be able to check out the comments and see who's been watching. But as I said, we really appreciate it. I'm gonna, as soon as I can, as soon as we can all, get out and about, I'm coming over there. I need a starter mandolin anyway, so I know you guys had those in the shop last time I was or the store, and I kind of want, because I don't know how to play, so I
Oh,
just
yeah.
want a starter version that I can learn how to play. So,
Delgado Guitars is open. Just,
okay, so
doing
I can
all the
pop over there with
CDC
my
stuff,
mask and everything.
mask on, appointment, all that stuff.
Excellent.
Okay, that would be
Yeah.
beautiful because I really, Jason's gonna kind of challenge me if I don't get one soon. So I
Yeah.
gotta
Better
keep up
time to
with it.
learn, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
So,
Right.
so
Thank you
once
so much
again,
for being on. It's
thank
great
you.
to meet you.
Thank you, too. Thanks for having me.
All right, folks. Well, that's about it for tonight. Just remember, as Hunter S. Thompson said, when the going gets weird.
The weird turned pro.
Thanks, everybody. We'll see you next week.
Have a good week.